Welcome. In this video, I'm going to show you how teachers can start a new storyboard from scratch. I know that I did, if you watched the previous video, I kind of walked into the framework and how you can add things in there and adjust it. We'll get into some more tools here in a minute. So I'm just going to jump into a new storyboard. Be a little bit easier for me to show you some of those tools. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be able to, and you can see it's accessible to all team members, and I'll show you how to share later. So I'm going to create a storyboard. It goes in, and your storyboard is going to be on a grid like this. So when you go in, it's going to give you tutorials. Hey, these are some of the templates that you may want to use. Mapping and diagramming, like a product roadmap like this, would work really well. Brainwriting probably would be the best. Retrospective would be good to create some of those. So you can set up different frameworks if you want to based on these templates. So really what I would do is, instead of starting from scratch, I'd find something that you would be easy for you to use. So I'm going to start with Brainwriting because it uses sticky notes and I can move them around. So I'm going to click on that. I'm going to add it. And you can see that I have the sticky notes here. This is a good way where you can set up similar to Padlet if you're used to it, where you can have your essential standards at the top and you can adjust the different sticky notes for what you want. So I'm going to add that. And you can see it adds my sticky notes. Now, as you and your team are working, you can go through. Now, I'm rolling up and down on my mouse to zoom in. You can also zoom out down here at the bottom. So I'm going to walk you through a couple of these tools here as you're working on it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, okay, this one right here, if I want to go in and I want to rename it, go in and rename. Excuse me here. Now I can move this guy around now. So see, I took him out of the grid and now I can move it around. Same with this one, can move it around and I can create new frames if I want to. So I can move them around and get them however I want. So really, like with these pink ones, I may want them as my underlying standard so I can move them around. So it's really kind of however you want to. You have to play around with it a little bit. So maybe I want all my purple ones up here. You can see how my grid's moving down here and how I have it. So as you go through, you can create these frames, and inside of them, you can write what you want. You have your font style, and you can also go in and you can edit. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to edit. And right here, I would just put standard 1, whatever my essential standard is. And I can put my second essential standard in here if I want to click on it and edit. So once you get used to it, you can move around pretty quick. And this will be essential standard 2, whether it be for math or whatever. And then you can move your stickies around to get them in the right place. It depends on how you want to color it. It's really up to you what you want to do. So really what I would do is I would have all one color here. Those would be my essential standards. Up underneath those essential standards, or the dates of those essential standards up here. Hey, the first 9 weeks or through these dates, I'm going to be working on this standard. These are the underlying standards with it. And then I'll have my ICANNs down at the bottom. So it's all mapped out throughout the year. So these are your plans for the year if you decide to go in and do them. Now, off to the left, you have all of your tools. You have your selector, like I have here, where I can select and I can move them all around. The cool thing about this versus Padlet or anything else is that I have 5 people on my second grade team. All 5 of us can be on this at the same time. That's the one thing I found with Padlet. That's the problem, is once one person's inside editing, nobody else can go in and edit that page while they're in there. But this allows everybody to do it at the same time, so you can see active people moving around. You may have somebody moving things around. You may have somebody working on ICANN statements, somebody working on essential standards and things like that. So that's how you set up a way to do your essential standards inside of a frame like that. So I hope that helps. Thanks.